Alright, welcome back. So, waiting on parts, sheet metal. With work I wasn't able to get it. So, we're going to take today and see if we can pull the shifter apart and see what's wrong with it. The Z-gate one here, that cover that goes on, I think you got to pull the pin out of it, pull your little lever here, and then this will come off. That way you can pull this off. It's been a while since I had one, so let's get to it. Alrighty, so pretty sure solder pin there that you got to pull out. Rod comes out. And you just gotta be careful you don't launch this spring right here. So now we can get our cover off. And now we can get our bottom piece off. Alright, let's see what we got. So this looks like it has a reverse. Alright. So let's put this back on here. We'll get our pin back in there so this actually works. Okay, so this should be our, let's see, this should be park, reverse, drive, neutral. So one of these is our safety lockout, one of these is our reverse. So assuming that this one here is actually going to our reverse lights, and the other side is our neutral safety switch. So the neutral safety switch is going to work in park, should allow you to start it. And then bring this back. That there should be neutral. Should allow you to start the vehicle, that way you're not in gear. So the problem with this one is, on the Z gates, you're supposed to be able to pull this and drive, and pull it back and downshift it. See, and then it just it's not shifting like it's supposed to. So we're gonna look into see why that doesn't click. So it should click, and then when you move it ahead, it should not keep going. It should just click the next one, and then you click the next one, and then you can click it to neutral. All right, so I can see right off the bat, because I was on this side right here. There should be a square block that comes through here to attach. So I'm assuming that's probably missing or it's broke. And then that's what these here, that's what that rides on. When you pull this up, that'll pull that up with it. This will slip over top. I do notice it's got a zip tie on it, so let's dig in a little deeper. All right, to add, I think they had this tucked in here, like so, is my guess. But on the Z gates, I don't believe there's anywhere for an indicator for a light, because these are just cast of chrome. The reason these were popular is they're super skinny. You can stick them between the seat, and they're not so bulky. So I'm guessing that's there. Now we're gonna jump in and see if that block is there. All right, everybody. So while I was setting my camera down, right there is that piece I was talking about. So bring you guys back just a little bit here. So that is supposed to put this back in park, and then we should be able to take our bracket here, slide that up like so, and we can see that one of our clips is missing. So this thing should probably work right. Oh, popped right back out of there. All right, well, let's see if we got a piece of wire here we can stick on that and keep it where it's supposed to be. All right, let's get you guys over here so I don't exactly have the right clip, but I got some old wire here to get us by for now, just to do some testing. Just wad that up, push that clip through. Might do it. Kind of cinch them down just a little bit like so. This should work for now, not permanent. All right, so this is park. You should never be able to get out of park without pulling the release. Should be able to pull it down. That should be reverse. So this should be park. That should be reverse. This should be neutral. That should be drive. Neutral. Nope, I told you guys wrong. Sorry. This should be park. I think there's two parks on the Z gate pattern. That should be reverse. Our light's on. And pull it down into neutral. This is neutral, drive, pull her down into second, and then pull her down into first. So I should be able to shift this thing and to not go anymore. So we gotta figure that out. All right, so after scratching my head for a little bit, I thought it'd be good to look it up online. And when I looked up online, it showed the assembly, which I'll show right here. And there's no spring on it. So I think someone added the spring. Just check it out. Okay, this is without the spring. This is just gravity, okay? So here's park. On the Z-gate, I believe there's two parks. That's why it has this big long one here for a different model. So it's in park. You can't bring it out because of gravity. You're gonna pick this up. You're gonna pull it back. Let's see, hold on. You're gonna pull this back into drive. Here's neutral. Pick it up. Boom, reverse. Locked in. And then when you go put it in gear, there's neutral. Drive. Now to ratchet it back, you're gonna pick this up. Boom, that should be second. And then looks like it's off just a little bit here on our little bar, but this should be first, second. See, it doesn't go to neutral, and then that'll pop down. There's third, no matter how hard I hit it. And then there's neutral, drive, neutral, drive. I can pick this up. It's a neutral. Boom, I can go straight into reverse or park. So this shifter is a little goofy from what I'm used to. So, all All right, this is what I'm used to right here. This is my S10. This is my kind of street dirt drag truck, and this is why it's a little different than the ZU. Okay, this is a mega shifter. It's pretty much the same thing, except it's a little bit bigger. This is a more common shifter you'd see back in the day. So this one here, you can get different indicators here. Lights up. Does the same thing that shifter over there does, just this one's a lot more fancy. So the mega shifter, you go ahead, you pull the rod, you can stick that straight in reverse. From reverse, sorry, I skipped one. You can go straight to neutral, then drive, then second, then first. So when you're racing, you just hit this thing like this, it goes into gear, and then I can go straight to neutral, which a lot of times I do when I'm racing. I'll have this in drive, and then when I roll up, I'll just stick it in neutral, and then, you know, let the truck run, get it warmed up, and then just keep dropping down and drive. Or when I'm in drive, I can go ahead and pull the lever. That'll take me up to reverse or park. So whole point behind these is I cannot go to reverse. It has a reverse lockout mechanism. So you got anybody in front of you, you got a tech inspector, all this other good stuff. You can't just go straight from drive to reverse and run someone over. So that is why it's different. By the way, here's a little sneak peek of this truck. If you haven't seen it on the channel yet, check her out. It's been sitting for a while now. All right, so why is this so important on this truck? Well, when he's in park and he tries to back the truck up, he doesn't know reverses. You know, it's new to him. He's not used to it. So now if we got this working correctly, we can say, all right, you're gonna go ahead and pull this up, pull her in drive, and then boom, that should be reverse for you. So come back, put it in drive, push her up in neutral, and then boom, should be reverse. So that's important to make this better for him, because I want him to drive this goddamn thing and not be out, you know, trying to get this in reverse and then get pissed off and then just say, oh, fuck this, I'm done with it, I'll just drive my other stuff. We want him to have fun. We want it to work right for him. So if it does cause an issue, we can always get a new shifter for it. So like I said, it was already in the truck, so that's the only reason he's using it. So let's continue. All right, so we're just gonna leave this out of the way for now since we won't need it. This will just help the install a little bit better. I did notice when I parked this truck, because I have a real big thing on rodents in my garage. I don't like them, and I don't want that to be an issue. So when this rolled in here, of course I started checking stuff, and once you know it, we got acorns. So we're gonna get this pulled out right now, cleaned, and we'll see what we got in here. So how to maintain the beauty of your vehicle. We don't care. Let's see that. Oh, we got a owner's guide, 94. It's not bad. Tire maintenance warranty from Firestone. Revised in 93. Electronic sound. So that's for the old cassette player. She's got a CD player in here we gotta look at too. We got here warranty information. What else we got? Maintenance schedule. Four-wheeling with Ford. This is something my buddy Ollie's would probably need to look at, since he's a Ford guy. We got here, we got receipts. Not gonna show you what it is here, but it is from Michigan. That's gonna be trash. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Tell your technician. Holy cow. All right. I should fill these out and give them to him. What do you got here? Brakes. We got muffler, exhaust pipes, collector gasket. $370. What year was that? 2017. Some more receipts. Was looking for that bolt earlier. What do we got here? Another GE part. What do we got here? This looks pretty. Ooh, ooh, that'd be a shame if that came up missing. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. That's some fancy stuff. Nah, we're not gonna steal this. This is our buddy's. Ooh, we might be able to use that. I was curious where this was at, so this is good to have because this tells us all the components. He asked me to look at the radio, and this is going to be helpful on figuring out what fuse that is. And these used to be able, you could tip them down. So we'll get a bag for this. I know this is pretty boring. All right, that cleaned. Check in there, make sure we don't have any critters hiding. Well, you know, that doesn't look too bad in there. I'm shocked. All right, for now, we gotta get these battery cables fixed up. I mean, he's just got stuff sticking out all over the place, but all right, we'll go ahead and turn this key back. See, this was a stick truck, and that's why you can tell off the ignition. So I just got the auto shifter in there, but looks like we don't have anything, so we're gonna figure out how to pop this CD player out of here. Which, if it's not hooked in right, we should be able to just pop this whole thing out. But usually just pop this trim out. Back in the carjacking days, you know, you just pop this out, and then there's a couple things you slid in here, and radio come out. All right, so you should be able to push this, and I got that one, and bend the top there and the bottom. There we go. And we gotta be careful we don't just rip this thing out of here. Go. All right. So, whole mess of wires back here. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook it. Remember I told you about that. Oh, I thought that was a little puller for it, and it's not. Well, alright, pull that one out. And once you know it, she is blown. Okay, I have found a fuse. Hey, would you look at that? I don't forget any. Oh, buddy. How we turn this thing on? Technology nowadays. Is that the on button? I can't read it. Must be no CD. So due to potential copyright strikes, I can't leave the radio running so you guys can hear it. So sorry. But anyway, one more thing off the list. All right, y'all, so I'm done for today. It's been a very long day. So anyway, should be next time you see it, we should be working on the floor, but I guess it all depends on what's going on. So catch you on the next one.